Hey, what's up guys? JK Disc Golf here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys the best fall disc golf tips. Tip number one, guys, is dress appropriately. It's getting pretty cold out and you need to dress for the temperatures. This isn't going to cut it, but this will. I highly recommend layering up as much as possible just because you don't want to be chilly out on the course. You want to be feeling your absolute best. So 3-4 layers if you have to is perfectly fine. A winter hat. You just want to be feeling all good because you know what they say, look good, feel good, play good. Tip number 2 goes along with tip number 1, and that is wear gloves. Debatably, the most important body part in disc golf is your hand, and no one wants to throw with cold hands. Tip number 3 is throw bright discs. I say this because the leaves are falling, the ground is just more natural color. It's gonna be harder to find your discs. But if you throw neon colors or just something that's more bright, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to find. So another tip is that during the colder temperatures, discs tend to fly a little bit more stable. So don't be discouraged if your max distance is lowering or you're not getting the full flight out of your discs. Now my tip would be, instead of throwing super or more overstable discs, to throw a little bit less stable disc, like a fairway driver or just something with a lower speed, maybe a more turn for you, just so you're still getting the full flights and the max amount of distance you can, instead of throwing something that's going to be even more stable during the colder temperatures. My next tip is make sure to wear shoes that you're okay with getting dirty. During the fall, it's going to be wet, it's going to be muddy, and it's just going to kind of ruin up the good shoes. And you don't want to ruin a brand new or a good pair of shoes. I really advise wearing maybe light boots, so in case it is super muddy or super wet, you're going to be fine with it. If it comes to it, wear just some good shoes that you're okay with getting muddy, getting dirty, and you really just don't care about. That's what I have. These are just my disc golf shoes, so I'm okay with if they get destroyed. So I really recommend you guys get just a shoe that you are going to be okay with getting a little bit of muddy or a little bit dirty, because you don't want to go home to your mom and her just be really mad at you. My next tip is put away the DX or the old plastics or anything you don't want to break, because now that the old temperatures are here, those discs are more at risk to break. And if you really don't have a replacement or you really don't want them to break, don't risk it, because they are more susceptible to breaking. My last tip for you guys is be cautious of the time. During the fall, it does get darker a lot sooner, so if you're not ready with glow supplies, you might want to hold off on those later rounds, because when it gets dark, it's hard to find those discs. So those maybe after work or after school rounds may have to either be shorter, played faster, or sadly not played. Unless you have glow discs. In that case, go out, have a great time, throw some glow in the dark discs around, and just have fun. And that's probably my last tip actually, is just have fun. You guys are playing disc golf, it's a year-round sport, make it a year-round sport, and just have fun. Who cares about the score? Who cares about how you're playing? The only thing that matters is you're out and you're playing. If these tips are gonna help you guys, make sure to drop a like. Hopefully you actually have some help in these tips and they help you play disc golf in the fall. Make sure, guys, drop a like if you enjoyed, hit the subscribe button down below and the bell so you get notifications on all the new videos, and as always, make sure to keep throwing.